Clear the course.
This is the Clear the Course podcast.
Clear the course.
Your podcast for everything in amateur skateboarding, brought to you by the crew at California Amateur Skateboard League, aka CASL, and hopefully soon the Florida Amateur Skateboard League, aka CASL. I'm Rob, joined by my brother Daryl, and our engineer Dre.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you via the CASL bunker today. Crazy pandemic times call for us to record this via Skype, so that's where we're at. Daryl's at home. Dre is in studio as our engineer, practicing social distancing.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be joined by one of today's top skaters and CASL alum, Louie Lopez, and Louie Lopez Sr., a.k.a. his father. So we'll bring them here in a minute. But I wanted to give you guys an update with what's going on with CASL. Obviously, right now, contest schedules are in limbo, right? So we were scheduled to be at Vans Huntington Beach in May, but as of right now, that's not going to happen. I touched base with Vans earlier in the week, and they do not have official plans to reopen yet. They're waiting to get an all clear from the state of California, I guess, or whoever gives us that all clear. Mm-hmm. So, not going to happen, right? But hopefully we could start back up in June. Also, what's that?
No, I was just going to say, I seen skaters getting desperate, and they started like going to the skate parks and sweeping off the sand and stuff.
Yep. If I could just talk about that real quick, I would just say this is your time to take back the streets. You got too comfortable with those parks to begin with. You need to get back in the streets.
Schoolyards are open.
Exactly. Schoolyards are open. City buildings are shut down. This is your chance to get out and like take back some of that stuff that you were getting kicked out because staffing is low right now.
Hell yeah, get those clips, kids. Get those clips.
Yep. You got too comfortable in those parks, and it's time to get back out there and do what you do. Yep. Noteworthy to mention, we were supposed to start up CASL in March. We had a contest booked. I had airline tickets to go to Florida. We had trophies ordered. Everything was set to go. And then the Monday before our contest, we got word that the park would be closed and that our event would not be able to happen. That was the same day we learned that the park in Palm Springs was also going to be closed. And that is inevitably the day that CASL and FASL and everybody went on hold.
All the assholes.
All the assholes went on hold, and here we are talking to you live from a bunker. So, what have you been doing to fill your time, Daryl?
I've been working, fortunately. I'm still essential, so I'm still working, still trying to get some skateboarding done. The park by my job in the hood, fortunately, hasn't been filled with sand, so we've been able to get some sessions in. And other than that, it's business as usual. For the most part.
Nice. Pretty much business as usual for me too. How about you, Dre?
It's crazy because I've basically been doing the same thing. I've been just trying to maintain. I'm still doing shows. I'm still going to work. I'm considered essential, and so not much has changed for me.
Nice. Well, here's to being essential.
Hey.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's not as great as they think it is because since we're central, but we're not front lines, so we don't get the respect.
This is true. What are you gonna do? So hopefully, I know this is a crazy time for everybody. Hopefully, content like this is something for you to watch, other than all the YouTube and everything else you've been watching. A little break in your day. And we have plans to really open this up and do a regular episodes. So this will probably be our first one. And with that, let's bring in Louie Lopez and Louie Lopez Sr. What up?
Hey, what up, boys?
Here they are. What's up, guys? How are you?
Get out of Hawthorne.
Doing good. Just chilling.
Right on. What are you guys filling your day with?
You want to go first? I'll go first. I'm going to go out and skate in a second, get some fresh air.
Nice.
Keep it safe though.
Yep.
Yeah. Stack those clips.
Try to.
Are you skating with a mask or what?
Yeah, for the most part, but not when I'm filming something. I don't want any clips with a mask. So. But I make sure there's like no one around, and it's just me and my homies, so we keep our distance and not really any fisheye filming or anything, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, long lens.
Yeah, long lens and just me and him. We're good.
Yeah, this is gonna change what skateboard clips look like for a little while.
Yes, so, but you would think you wouldn't get kicked out of a lot of places, but we're still getting the boot.
Right.
So
security guards are still essential workers or what?
Yeah.
Apparently, because they're on us and they're just bored, so they're quick.
That's right.
They're looking for some action.
There you go.
Yep.
That's cool. What's up with Wisetail?
Man, we're essential too, but not frontline, but still trying to get some work done.
Hey, that front line is bittersweet, man. I mean, I don't know the exposure versus the respect. I mean, I don't want it.
I don't want it. I'm okay. I'm like, kudos to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for real.
I don't want that. I'm okay going to a job site and just me and another guy there. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, welcome, guys. So this is obviously the CASL podcast, the Clear the Course podcast, dubbed after, I'm sure, the quotes you heard from Sonia all your life about clearing the course.
Clear the course!
So we wanted to bring you guys in. So I guess take us back to the beginning. How did you learn about CASL in the beginning?
We actually went to the block, and we were walking around, and we saw like a little contest going on, and we hung out and got some info and looked into it and figured out how to sign Louie up for a couple of those events, and that was pretty much it.
Nice.
He enjoyed himself on the first one, so we kept it going.
What year was that? How old was Louie?
He was about 5. He had just turned 5.
Wow.
He had just turned 5, so he came in with the little kids. Early comp, 8 a.m. Clear the course.
First one was at Skate Lab. I remember that.
That's what I was gonna say. Skate Lab. That was your first contest.
It was at Skate Lab. Yeah.
How did you do? Do you remember?
I don't really remember how I did. I think I just tried to ollie off this quarter pipe the whole time. I had no.
It was no run. It was like
I was just trying to do my crowd pleaser and get out.
The banger.
Yeah, that banger.
I remember when I went there, I was like, "Holy crap, kids are good! Like, gotta step it up."
Yeah, and so at that time, now we have a 6 and under category, which we started only like a year ago, right, Daryl? I think that was 2019 was when we started 6 and under. So you were probably in like 8 and under or 9 and under, right?
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, 8 and under.
Yeah. So
8 and under.
Yep, 8 and under, skating with kids much bigger than you, more than likely. Were you judging that contest, Daryl, or MC in that contest?
I think at that point I was judging. I don't think I was the MC then. It would have been Darren Nix or maybe even Deion Marshall. They were on a rotation, but I was just judging at that time. Yeah, Skate Lab. That was contests were in the blue room at that time, no?
Yeah, it was.
Is that what it was? It's a little blue room.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, Skate Lab, man. Missed that place.
Oh. Bummer.
Yeah, it's a bummer. So that was your first contest. So did you guys get the membership right away? Were you just trying it out, or what was the plan?
I'm not sure if we got the membership right after that, did we?
No, we gave it a try. I wasn't sure if he was gonna like it or enjoy it, but so we went to a couple after. Once we went to we had like a Hemet forum that we went to, had to drive way out there.
Yeah, the wheelhouse.
The wheelhouse.
The roller skating rink.
And then after like 2 other contests, he was like, you know what, I want to do it. So then we got the membership.
Nice.
Like, I'm in it to win it.
He's like, I'm in.
He's good.
How long had you been skateboarding?
Me?
Yeah.
He was 5 years old. He'd only been breathing that long.
Probably like a little over a year, because I picked up a board when I was like 4. And then, yeah. It was like probably when I was like about to be 6 or something. I don't know, but around that time was when
Full
nice.
pads.
Yeah, you had about a year and a half under your belt.
Yeah.
Pads were too big. We had
helmet falling forward.
I feel I could barely get back up.
Yeah, looking like a hockey goalie.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
So what else? Like, do you remember any of the kids that were skating that day, or anybody that was like blowing you away at that time?
I remember the first kid I saw that was like, damn, this kid's crazy. It was Chase Webb when he was younger. He was just skating like all the rails and stuff so comfortably and charging it. So I was like, damn, he's pretty good. He's still doing the same thing. So cool too.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something not a lot of parents notice when they first learn about CASL. You know, we're essentially like a little league, right? So, you know, what they don't realize is the long history of names that come with this program, because there's so many professional skateboarders and huge names in skateboarding that have come up through CASL. So I always like to hear, like, who was the first guy to blow you away? Because it's probably somebody that's like a name now, and it's just like, oh, wow, he skated CASL too.
Yeah,
and, you know,
it's insane. It's crazy how many are still doing it and killing it as well. That you met when you were young and kind of grew up with, in a sense.
So, yeah, I mean, and that's another thing is, like, you grew up with these other kids. Like, CASL probably immediately exposed you to a whole nother level of skateboarder. And, you know, one thing that Daryl and I are always telling these kids is, like, here's your chance to make friends that are serious about skateboarding, you know, meet some new kids that are skaters, get out and, you know.
Yeah, totally. That's the whole point of it, or one of the main attracting factors to CASL is making friends and expanding your network. And now you got a group of kids that you can go skate with in another town and expose you to things that you never would have gotten exposed to on your block. Like, even outside of skateboarding, like music and whatever it is, whatever kids are into, you know?
Yeah, for sure. No.
Yeah, and I mean, and the day is essentially like 2 runs, right? You know, you get a couple runs in your contest. And so when you think about it that way, it's like, oh man, like we come down here and do all this just for 2 1-minute runs, but it's not. It's all about, like, the real thing is spending the whole day skating with your homies all day long. You know, it's all that time in between contests that everybody's having the real fun and doing what they do.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yep.
It really makes it so that it's not even so much about the trophy or the medal. It's really about the whole experience and the camaraderie. And I mean, I have friends till this day that are friends for life because of CASL, you know?
For sure.
I mean, you guys are right around the corner. I would have ran into you anyway, but still, you know, like,
it's a brotherhood.
It definitely is that.
Brotherhood of skaters.
Oh,
yeah.
Show.
Yeah, it used to be fun waking up early and having something to look forward to, you know. Getting up super early, grabbing donuts, and then hitting the road and going to the contest, skating, hanging out, and then it's a whole little experience. Sometimes getting like a hotel or something, and, you know.
Make it a weekend. That was good.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. We have them all over Southern California. So you guys were, you know, you were driving, like you said, out to Hemet or to Simi Valley or to Huntington Beach or wherever, right?
Yeah. We went up north a couple of times too.
Oh, did you? To the NorCal?
NorCal.
Yeah.
We got to get that going back up again, Daryl.
Yes, definitely. NorCal. We're coming back, NorCal skaters. Don't trip.
Yeah, NorCal Skaters, if you want to help us build that, hit us up.
Yeah,
DM.
please.
Anybody
Darren.
wants to help us run the
out.
contest up there, DM us so we can get a crew up there.
Yep.
So that was, man, you were like first grade. How long did you do CASL for?
I did CASL for a while, probably until I was like,
Probably 11 or 12.
Probably like 11 or 12, yeah. And,
Okay, wow. It's like 5-6 years.
Yeah, I did it for a while. And, yeah, it's crazy to, kick back stories with homies even today,
Nice.
How often do CASL stories come up, like, in the streets? Because there's obviously a lot of kids that came through CASL.
More than you'd think. I was actually, when I was just in Australia with Figgy and Colin and everybody, we're having some beers, just chopping it up, and then we were talking about CASL, so that was not even that long ago. That was like February.
That's rad.
But
yeah, so you guys are on tour. That's awesome.
Yeah. We're in Australia just kicking it, just, talking about good old times and, how
Is that where you met them?
Yeah, for sure. That's the first time I met a lot of people. Too many to even name, But yeah, it's crazy to see old photos and all that stuff. Is just, feels good.
Yeah, we need to go and archive all of our photos and stuff.
Oh,
I'm at the CASL
so
bunker
many.
right now, and there's
Dude.
stacks.
Yeah, right there where Rob is at, there's boxes and boxes of photos from all the way back to the 80s that we need to go through and catalog. We need to do some kind of event. We need to do a photo show or something and have all the CASL alumni show up and do a party and
that'd be good.
All that. It's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a lot of work.
Work.
We got
40 years, basically 40 years of stuff to go through.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out who's in that picture and all that. There's books of judges sheets from like the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
So there's like sheets from like a contest in like 85 with like crazy names on it. You know what I mean? And like the same thing, like it's all cataloged here in some crazy Sonia organizational fashion. So we're going to have to break her code and figure out how she organized all of it, and then we'll be good. Because she ain't going to help us catalog it.
Yeah.
We need to get those guys on too, though. Colin and Figgy and those dudes and their parents. And Figgy's mom, she was always there at the contest with her. Colin's dad, Cameron, he was always there.
Oh.
Man, the Rooters.
Yeah, for sure.
So many. And
actually,
all cool
Jake
parents,
just went pro, right?
Yes, I saw that. Jake just turned pro. Congrats,
Yeah.
Jake Rooter. Black Label Pro. That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Good shit, CASL kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing I want to do with this podcast. Daryl, you and I have talked about it quite a bit, but involving the parents. So, like, fill us in on what it was like to be a CASL parent.
It was awesome. It was as a matter of fact, we weren't there for the kids, but even the parents got to meet other parents and hang out and go to the bar, wait for the kids to actually skate, go have some beers, I got a chance to meet a lot of parents that I still talk to this day. Our kids are grown, but the relationship is still there.
That is awesome.
Good times.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the Capels became really good friends of ours. Pretty much the whole family,
Yeah.
So we still talk to them, hang out with them, and even if it's not a contest or skating, we still hang out, So that's really really awesome.
Hell
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Gotta get Curran on too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Ripper. Oh
So,
my
Louie,
God.
did you only skate like the street contests, or did you mess around with bowl and mini?
I think I did a couple of the bowl ones. I mainly did street.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll tap into the bowl ones. But yeah.
I remember you skating tranny.
No, yeah, I would skate
skating it well. Don't be so modest. Like I skated a bowl contest or two. Like this fool is killing it.
Even to this day, like if there's a tranny contest, I just get like overwhelmed. I don't know. It's just so aggressive, you know. Like that contest, just drop in when you can, and 2 people in the bowl at once. Like,
yep.
Good.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But when I was younger, yeah, I skated a couple of them.
Yeah, they're madness, and it's funny because we get moms and dads during the warm-up session, and it's like, hey, you need to police these kids, like they're dropping in on this girl, or they're not, and it's just like these guys need to figure it out themselves because that's how it goes. I mean, it's going to be like this their whole life, so they kind of need to figure it out now. But like if you try to put every one of these kids in a single file line and walk them up to the ramp, like it's probably going to be more trouble than it's worth.
It's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Learn how to just get in there and be considerate and whatever.
Figure out when your turn is and don't drop in on somebody else.
See, like that's one of those nuances about skateboarding that is tough to explain to the parents that don't skate. Like it's hard to explain to them that it's not really my problem that your kid is getting bullied at the coping. Like, just tell him to figure it out. Just drop in or whatever, Like, are you holding his hand at the park or, like?
Yeah, no, for sure.
They want us to give numbers. They want us to make a line. They want me to be on the mic calling names. Like, okay, it's your turn, go. Your turn, go. Like. No, that's not how it goes.
Yeah,
but it's tough. If they don't skate, they don't really get it. And I'm afraid that sometimes I might come across as being rude, like, your kid needs to grow a pair, kinda.
Right.
Man up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your daughter needs to man up.
That might not go so well.
No, God.
Hey, I told my daughter to man up.
I mean, the one thing I will say, and obviously we try to do as much as we can, is when we have like warm-up sessions for 6 and under or for 10 and under or whatever it is, like whatever we can do to keep the big kids off the course at that point in time, we need to do that, because obviously there's a huge difference between like a 7-year-old and a 13-year-old. So we do that, but like when you're dealing with a group of 6-year-olds and that's all that's on the mini ramp, like they need to figure out how to share and take turns without like being told which order they're in. You know what I mean? Like these are life lessons that they can figure out themselves right there on the coping.
They'll be all right. Even if they don't into each other, they'll get back up and run back up and do it all over.
They bounce. So how long was it before you won a CASL contest?
Probably maybe like a year or something. I was skating them. I can't really remember too well because it was so long ago, but yeah.
It took a while.
Remember the feeling.
It took a little. I had to figure out, that what to do, and I had to get my little game plan going, and so it all worked out.
Was there like frustration and tears shed on the car ride home or anything like that while you were trying to figure those things out?
I can't remember. Was there?
Dad?
Actually, no. No, he was solid.
What about you though?
I used to pep him up. I'm like, hey, you'll get him on the next one, son. Don't trip.
Yeah.
No, he was always good at that. We always did good and not stressing it too hard, Some days you have good days skating, some days you have bad, and some days it all just comes together. It's
right.
How I roll with it to this day.
That's what's up. Did you feel any vibe from any of the other kids or other parents, Big Lou, that was different from the way that you approached it?
Oh yeah. There were some parents that it almost seemed like they were the ones skating, like wait a minute, that's your kid. They were stressed, and they'll be hard on their kids too. So I would notice that, and I'm like, man, that would suck. You being the kid, and your parent on your ass like that, it's stressful enough that that you're in there, you know, doing your thing in front of everybody. And I saw a lot of parents be really bad with their kids, man. I'm like, almost felt like going over there and smacking them. Like, get it together, man. Get it together. Like, stressing your damn kid out here.
Yeah, that's definitely what it's not about.
Yeah, no.
Sure. Yeah, it's stressful enough to be like by yourself on a course in front of all these other parents and kids and everything else and try and figure your run out. And then like to have that kind of stress, I would definitely discourage those kinds of actions from all of you skate parents. You need to kick it and just let your kid do his thing. Yeah. In my personal opinion.
Word.
It's your kid, so you can parent how you want to, but I'm just saying.
they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out, and when they do, you know, it's their thing. It's let them have fun. Let them figure it out. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would say to the young kids coming into this, listen to Louie and the fact that he had to go through this for like a year before he started, you know, making up, like getting involved in the rankings and stuff like that. Your first contest is probably going to be pretty tough, and some of these kids are really good. So there's a good chance your first contest you might be put in your place and realize that like there's a hierarchy here, and you're gonna have to work at this and figure this out before you find yourself on the trophy stand.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know?
Sure. Takes some work, but you'll get there.
Yeah. Stick with it.
It's nerve-wracking skating a contest at any level.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely helped me out skating them so young a little bit, but it still gets nerve-wracking even to this day, you know, a little bit right before.
There you have it, kids.
That never
still get nervous. It doesn't go away.
I help but think like, oh, what if I fall like dropping in right now or something, like, or what if I blow this first trick, or like, you know. But as soon as you drop in, it just turns, before you know it, it's over, and you don't even remember really what happened.
How important is it to make that first trick?
That's everything for me is the first trick. I don't try anything too hard as my first trick, because if you mess up on your first trick, that just throws everything out of whack, and it ruins the whole thing for me. If I get like 3 tricks in and I'm feeling good, you get into a rhythm and you're like, all right, I ease my way into it rather than just like all in straight away, bail, and then kind of figure out, run across the course, and before you know it, you got like 2 tricks in or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess, also just don't try tricks over and over and over. If anything, if you think it's really worth it, maybe try it twice, but if not, just keep it pushing.
There you go.
Yeah, that's actually really good advice, because some kids, we watch kids get hung up on like that one trick, right, Daryl? And then you're judged on your run. So you're judged on as many tricks as you can make in the time that's allotted to you. That's the big thing. So if you are trying the same trick over and over and not landing it, you're not scoring any points. If you're not landing that trick, move on to the next one, I would say. Don't you think, Daryl?
I agree 100%. Unless it's a banger trick and you think you're going to get a best trick for it. I mean, but even then, I mean, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. If you're a best trick kind of guy and that's what you want, then sure. But, I mean, from a spectator standpoint and as the announcer, I don't know. I'd much rather see a consistent run than a bunch of bails and then a make.
Yeah, I would agree. So probably second year or so, you started actually taking some trophies and kind of growing in it and getting your runs down and everything. Did CASL shine light on you as far as like, did sponsors start to approach you while you were in CASL, or did it open that world for you, or did that come later?
That definitely came later.
Okay.
But it definitely helped me meet people and kind of just learn really what like the possibilities are and whatnot, you know.
Right.
Just meeting friends and talking, because I mean, when I first started going, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were just going to a contest and seeing what was up, you know. It was kind of like a shot in the dark, like, you want to skate a contest? Sure. Like, let's see what it's about. and then, got more interested and things kept going.
Nice. Cool. Now, off and on through the years, like CASL, performing well in a CASL contest has opened up to like other contests. I don't think right now we have any things like that set up, but I remember like CASL kids used to get invited to Damn Am contests or things like that. How did you start to learn about other contest series besides CASL, or how did you make that step from CASL to like the next level of contest? Do you remember?
Yeah, just feeling, I guess, just like I said, just learning more and getting better. And I guess as time went on, more contests started popping up, and then, getting flowed by a sponsor. And then they're like, you should come and skate this. Like Volcom had Damn Ams at their skate park, and I was getting flowed with Volcom when I was really young. So they're like, come check out this Damn Am in our parking lot, yada, yada, yada. And that's how, then the next level goes, and start skating those. And then before you know it, Tampa Pros and all that stuff.
Nice. Those Volcom contests were fun. I miss those, going to those.
Yeah, it was cool.
Costa Mesa?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the Costa Mesa parking lot, the Damn Am, those were fun contests to hang out at. That was a good time.
No, yeah, those were fun for sure.
So how old were you at that time? You were like a 13, 14?
Yeah, probably like 13, 14.
Okay.
Actually, I think I got flowed from Volcom when I was like probably 12.
Nice.
And just, probably from there started, they started inviting me to these contests and telling me you should skate this, go here, like,
I like it.
Did you skate sponsored division in CASL, or did you only skate unsponsored and then dip?
I don't remember. I might have skated sponsored.
You did,
Yeah.
Because it started 8 and under, and then as a matter of fact, they pushed them to sponsored. Right.
How was that?
Right when he was 7, because and then there was a lot of parents complaining that hey, he shouldn't be skating 8 and under. He should be skating sponsor. And I'm like, but he doesn't really have a sponsor.
You don't say.
Wow. And then there were a lot of parents was like, it's unfair for our kids. And I'm like, what? What am I going to tell CASL to create a sponsor division for him to skate? And it's out of my hands. But they did start the sponsor, so they moved him up to sponsor, and then he stayed on sponsor after that, up until he was like 10. Because after 10 is actually when he actually started skating that Damn Ams with Volcom.
So how old is he when he has to skate sponsored?
He had to be about 7. He had to be about 7. It was like his last year. Like his last year of 8 and under. And so we had to move him to sponsor, and then he was getting sponsored.
And how old were the guys? How old were the other guys?
There were some friggin', they're like 13, 15-year-olds skating in there, and I'm like, okay, whatever, But the way I saw it and the way I explained it to him is like, hey, you're gonna skate with these older kids, and of course they're gnarlier, but soak it in, in. Take advantage, take advantage, learn some new stuff from them, and hey, you'll win one of these eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks to a bigger point, like. In competition of any kind, right, you're going to rise to the level of your competition. So the only thing that did for you was make you a better skateboarder. I'm sure it was tough in the very beginning, but like to push a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old into a sponsored category, I mean, that's kind of unfortunate that he had to just basically the public forum spoke and he had to be moved up like that. What did that feel like for you, Louie?
I mean, at the time, I was probably just like, sure, like, all right, not really stressing it too hard. Just do the same thing I've been doing, just go out and skate. And I'm sure it was a little intimidating at first, but, once you start meeting everyone and becoming friends, it's just like, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Right. Do you remember who any of those other kids were, the big kids?
I remember like Sheckler being in those contests a little bit. Like, trying to think, Colin. Who else? I remember there was one of those contests up north. I think Nigel was skating it. It might have been. It was like at an indoor park or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. In Davis, the park the park that his family owned.
It might have been his park, right?
Yeah, it's his park.
Yeah.
What was it called? Wood something. But yeah.
Just all these crazy names, you know.
Yeah. Got thrown to the lions.
The list goes on.
Crazy.
Even Donovan Piscopo.
Donovan, he's ripping.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah.
So hyped on Donovan.
Yeah, and then his dad has a skate shop now called Pawn Shop. And
Oh, dope. Where's that at?
Covina.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a really good
Look
shop.
into that.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Mm-hmm.
So, as many people who are watching this know, they know Sonia. You have any crazy Sonia stories for us, either one of you?
Just, her good energy and her just always being welcoming and super excited and very passionate. That's what I can remember from it. Most of the time I was super young, so not one particular story stands out to me, but just her always just being passionate and so young, and going and seeing her excited got me excited, and felt comfortable.
Yeah,
that's rad.
That is rad. Crazy Sonia ran this thing since like the 80s. That's what people don't understand. It was all on her for a long, long time. She put all of this together. She had like a skeleton crew of people that helped her, like Daryl and I, but she was the one rolling with all of this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Much love to Sonia, for sure. Being very kind and caring to everybody and welcoming.
Nice.
Made you really want to just go to the next contest, and good times.
Yeah, boss lady. I would get excited to get those mailers. Her Microsoft Word document flyers. I would get hyped to get those in the mail. Me and my little brother. Like, contest.
Yeah.
Throw it on the fridge. Maybe a couple little there.
Refrigerator magnets. Save the date. Something to look forward to.
For sure.
Yeah, I get to see my family, my CASL family. I mean, it's some people that you only see at events, so you look forward to it. It's like a little family reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Very true.
No doubt.
What about you, Dad? Any thoughts on Sonia or on CASL as a whole?
Sonia's she's always been a very good a host. She made everybody feel welcomed and made everybody feel good. So that was pretty much, it was easy on that part. The parents were the gnarly ones. Just in the stands with the parents and the stuff that they would get into or say. It's like, I still trip out on that, and pretty much kept to myself. Or the other parents there, they were see things the way I would. So,
right.
But there were some gnarly ones. Some almost to the point where you almost went blows with them, But
really,
I can imagine. There's still a lot of that going on. But
still happens.
That was
time to time.
Part.
Different
Definitely
times.
gets
Now
heated
they're just
time
like,
to time.
So you got to be in the Olympics. You didn't win this contest.
Dude,
It's like crazier stakes these days. I'm sure it's even.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Daryl can attest to that too. In the past probably 2 years, right? 2 to 3 years, we've seen an insurgence of parents that don't really understand skateboarding, but know their kid likes it. And now that their idea of the Olympics is there, I mean, it's opened up a whole new world of competitiveness that's just, I don't know if it's something I'm even used to. What about you, Daryl?
No, I mean, I get a lot of questions even from non-skateboarders, like how is the Olympics going to affect skateboarding, or how do skateboarders feel about it? And I mean, it's a mixed bag of emotions for a lot of people. There's a lot of pros and a lot of cons to it. I mean, the way I see it, it brings attention to skateboarding. Skateboarding has a lot of facets. You get out of it what you're looking to get from it. Like if you're looking for that structured contest skateboarding, if you're that type of skateboarder, there's that for you. There's that avenue. But if that's not your deal, then that's fine too, But maybe people's introduction to skateboarding will be through this contest venue or this contest format, and it doesn't really suit them, but they like the other facets of skateboarding. So I mean, it has its pros and cons as far as like I'm concerned. Like I don't feel one way or another about it personally.
Right. Well, and that's a conversation that we have with parents quite a bit, because parents can get kind of bummed out on the idea of like, well, my kid doesn't seem to really like these contests, or isn't at a competitive level or whatever. And it's like, hey, contest skateboarding isn't everything, right? Some skateboarders are going to thrive and build a whole career over contest skateboarding, but there's plenty of other skateboarding professionals out there that don't do any contests at all, and all they do is put out videos and things like that. So you don't have to be a contest skateboarder to be considered a pro skateboarder, and I think that's something that not everybody understands.
But you could also do both and be respected, like Louie. I mean, Louie is a respected contest skateboarder, and he kills it in the streets. You don't have to be one or the other. The idea is to be a well-rounded skateboarder, period.
Yep.
Try and do it all.
Do it all.
Exactly.
Just like Louie Lopez.
Yes. What's up with the Olympics?
I mean, it's madness. The contests are insane. Just go in there, it's just completely different. You go there and there's coaches and therapists, and people got their jerseys on, and they're just like super serious and calculating everything, and you're just like, it stresses me out. I'm like, it's not even fun for me, really. Just seeing it to that level, and people just not one smile on their face, just like, you're like, this isn't it, but it is it. So
yeah,
it's
a vibe.
There's supposed to be a whole year of qualifying with all this. Like, there's gonna be contest after contest. Basically, it goes off ranking.
So being chosen for the Olympic team doesn't guarantee you a spot in the Olympics.
Nah, it's and not until it's the final team. They're just building the hype, basically.
Yeah, right.
You're on this team.
So
first, when I got put on the team, I was like, I'm gonna be in the Olympics. What the hell? That's crazy.
Right.
Like, no one knew anything. I'm like, damn, this is crazy, because it wasn't that wild. You're like, 2 years till the Olympics, like, just makes sense. Like, you start getting ready, gearing up for Get Down, and then next year is a whole new team and whatever. It's just like, depends who does good that year, but it's just still open court, but it's.
So what does the field look like right now, Louie? How many of you are potentially like, how many other guys are you fighting it out with right now to be on that team? And how many people did they take on the team?
I mean, the team they have now is, I think there's maybe 5 people, but I heard that it's going to be a lot smaller. Maybe
really?
But
damn.
So that's gnarly for sure. It's definitely tough, It's obviously you got people that are definitely in that top spot, like Nija and all that stuff, but you never know. May as well give it a shot.
Yeah, right.
See what happens, and if not, luckily, it's not something I'm too worried about, because I could just go out, hop on a trip, and go film or skate, and it's not the end of the world.
That's what's up.
Is it crazy to you that you were one of the ones picked? I mean, were you kind of?
I mean, yeah, for sure it was wild at the time.
Yeah.
It's a little bittersweet, I guess, because you're like, you know, a lot of like family members or people are still like, yeah, can't wait to see you. Watching.
Pressure.
And you're like, not really, but
yeah. See the way it works.
You always want to explain everything because it's like
what had happened was
right.
Whole other qualification thing, and you know, could happen, could not. You know.
Yeah. Let me break down the bracket for you. Like the way that it works. Double.
How much are you getting hit up, Dad? How many people are asking you about it?
Well, it was a lot. Well, all the family members, but it was a bit, like you said, it was confusing at first because I was like,
still is confusing.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
right?
He got picked, and then, but he still has to make it for the next team. Like, huh? So I'm like, the way I told the way I explained it to the family was like, well, when the Olympics hit, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, hey, if he makes it, it's good.
Know.
If it doesn't make it, it's all good. We'll watch it on TV. All good.
Yeah.
But if
so is it consuming you kind of right now? Is it your main focus with everything that you're doing and all your skating, or are you kind of balancing that idea with the fact that you're still out there getting clips and doing that? Like, how are you approaching this?
No different than anything else. Like, I've gone from a trip to the contest to the contest, or from the contest to a trip. Like, I'm not like just skating, staying solid on the board, trying to stay comfortable, and you know, I mean, my main priority really is just filming and working on projects that I'm stoked on, and then contests and stuff are just icing on the cake. Like, it's fun. It's kind of like the same thing, like CASL, you know. I look forward to going and seeing friends in different parts of the world and making memories there and whatnot.
Cool.
So that's something that's still there for sure.
Rad.
Yeah.
Daryl, you got any good Louie stories to close us out with?
Louie stories? Oh man, nah. I don't think I have any particular stories. Just a lot of good vibes, a lot of good memories, good times. Seeing little Louie on the shop ramp, little Louie at the park, moms and dads always there, supporting, everybody having a good time. No bad vibes ever.
Love it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good times.
All right. With that, we're out. Thank you, CASL crew.
All right.
Hawthorne.
Yes, sir. All right, you guys have a good one. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lou. Keep killing it in the street. Big Lou, I see you in the backyard.
Wachowski.